The juicy annual smartphone of the year from Innotek 2020. We'll be showcasing the best phones of 2020. A very productive and innovative year in terms of technology. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Number one, why don't I have all the phones? Well, number one, press issues. When we do the reviews, most phones don't belong to me. They give it to us for a few hours, we film it, we review it, and they take it back, which is why I don't have most phones with us. But I have recorded the good parts about those phones, which is why I am going to start right now with my review. Number one, budget phone of the year goes to Xiaomi Mi 10T Lite 5G. Snapdragon 765 5G. You've got 64 megapixel quad camera array, beautiful finishes, and 120 Hz refresh rate, display panel. It's just a great package together, and only costing $300 is $300 is quite impressive, which makes this our budget phone of the year. Next up is the mid-ranger of the year, and I can proudly tell you it's my very own Poco F2 Pro 5G. Yes, the display is incredible. You've got this full screen display. You've got a great sensor here, and yes, it's also been used in the Redmi Note 8 Pro, but it's just still a great sensor. The macro camera is great, finish is great, display is great, and yes, you've also got that pop-up selfie camera, which is really cool. And so this is why the Poco F2 Pro is our mid-range of the year. There's also Snapdragon 865, it's 5G. As a package, it's wonderful. Next up, display of the year. That definitely goes to the Oppo Find X2 Pro. OLED 1 billion colors, HDR10+, 120Hz refresh rate. At the same time, it can do Quad HD+, 1440p. And again, no other phone can do that, not even the Note 20 Ultra, which is why this is the best display of the year. I also really appreciate the design and the vegan leather. So overall, again, a great package on the Oppo Find X2 Pro. Next up, innovation of the year goes to the Vivo X50 Pro Plus. And guess what? Vivo is the first with everything. This has an integrated gimbal inside the main camera. Well, guess what? Vivo was actually the first company to do the pop-up selfie camera. Yes, they were the first ever company to do the pop-up selfie camera, which is very special because that has now trickled down to a lot of phones, like my fond favorite, the Poco F2 Pro. But I hope the gimbal integrated into the camera does trickle down to other devices like Xiaomi or Samsung or other people. Next up is video camera of the year. That award goes to the Sony Xperia 5 Mark II. Whoops. Yes, the Sony Xperia 5 Mark II has no competition, not even close to these. Like Samsung can beat it, Apple's iPhones can't beat it. No one can beat Sony's capabilities in terms of cinematography. It can do 4K at 120 frames per second, which is nothing, like not even professional cameras can do that. And it's just a great package as a whole. And we've got telephoto and ultra wide, and it's just such a great package. And the video capabilities are nearly DSLR quality, which is really unmatched in terms of smartphone. Next up are the camera of the year, which is the Huawei Mate 40 Pro. I didn't test this phone yet, but DxOMark ranked it number 1, and other reviews said it was really nice, which is why it gets the spot in my camera of the year. And yeah, next up is the design of the year. That also goes to the Mate 40 Pro. Beautiful design, the display, the finish, the camera module. It's so futuristic, yet beautiful and elegant at the same time. So not even my favorite Mi 10 Ultra can beat that. Next up is the battery of the year, and that goes to the Poco M3. Very special device, actually. $129 US. You get 6,000 milliamp hours of battery. That is unheard of. Nothing features 6,000 milliamp hour battery. Not even $1,000 phones, and you're seeing here $129. It's just such a great deal on the battery. You can use it for days without charging it, and there's 18-watt fast charging, so that's a point you can look out for. And also props to Xiaomi for making this beautiful, not beautiful, but futuristic, cool, urban style design to the M3. Next up, iPhone of the year. Well, the most expensive iPhone will be the iPhone of the year. It nearly gets that flagship of the year, and it nearly gets that video camera of the year, but it doesn't quite reach that Android, Sony, Samsung level of excellence, which is why it doesn't get the top spots. Next up, software of the year. Doesn't require much explanation. MIUI 12. I always favor it. It's just so good. The always on displays, live backgrounds, and it's just so good. And I hope MIUI 13 continues this tradition, because this beats out the iOS 14. It beats out by so much. The excellence and the security and the constant updates and the camera apps just make MIUI 12 the near perfect software. Next up, we have the flagship of the year, which goes to the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. Great phone. Nothing is perfect on this phone, but as a package, it's a flagship of the year. And especially when it costs, $1,400 it makes this a definite flagship of the year. And then you have the phone of the year. The grand finale goes to the Xiaomi Mi 10 Ultra. Design is fantastic. The camera is so good. Even at 10 times zoom, it's like 2 times zoom on my Poco. The MIUI, the interface, everything, the display is good. You've got 120-watt fast charging, 50-watt fast wireless charging. As a package, it's just so good, which is why it's the phone of the year. And so that is my awards. I thank you, the viewers. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.